Where exactly is the island you live on? This is terrible. Mum's gonna kill me for this. Let's keep it PG. Primark, Zara, Home Bargains. What is your biggest insecurity? Okay, let's move on from that. Like, it's different living together. How do I get a dead body to St. Peter Port? Guys, I'm not really a psychopath. I was just about to start and my stomach's going a little crazy. So popcorn it is. And then, yeah, we'll see how things go. Hello lovelies. I just want to keep today really chilled because this is just very new to me and literally a little get to know me, get to know the island. I just actually want to say, like, this is way out of my comfort zone, but I just want to thank like all the people that messaged me and have like encouraged me to do this. Yeah, so I urge you guys to do the same, push your boundaries and just go for it. So I'm actually treating this channel as kind of like a scrapbook of my life where you guys are just welcome to join if you really want to, you know. So yeah, I've obviously put questions on my Instagram of all the questions you got me to know, and I was like, please get deep, get nosy. You're a bit tame, but I'm not complaining. Let's keep it PG. So I'm gonna start off. So I did go through, because this is just me organising every aspect of my life. So I went through and organised them into kind of like sections, shall we say. So I thought we'd start with like obviously the most generic questions. Yeah, just basics really. Start with the basics. So how old are you? I am 23 and I'm a Sagittarius. For any of those people that are into their star signs, I know what I am, I know what my mum is, I know what my boyfriend is, and that is it. So 23, Sagittarius, December 9th. Most important day of the year. Do you have any siblings? I have 3 younger sisters who are my absolute world. I have one sister who's 17, nearly 18, and she's called Leah. I have how old's Lily? This is so bad. Because, right, so I do actually know their ages when I think about it, but I just feel like the past 2 years have gone so quick that I always remember them as 7 and 11, but they're not 7 and 11, or are they? Lily is 11, I think, and Poppy, my little treacle pudding, is 7, or is she 8? Mum's gonna kill me for this. She's 7 or 8. Been a little bit terrible, let's move on. But yeah, they are literally my world. I love my sisters so much. I've always been quite maternal because Poppy, my youngest sister, is 15 years younger than me. So when she was born, I was 15. Obviously, just my little besties. Can't beat them. Absolutely love them. So yeah, how long have you and Connor been together? It always shocks people actually. So me and Connor have been together. When did we get together? Okay, just not good with the times of things, okay? This is terrible. Yeah, we got together in September 2019. So just over a year and a half. A year and a half. Let's go with that. But yeah, it was a mad story actually. We met and we moved in together within 2 months, so call me crazy, but here we are. So yeah, we moved to London after 2 months, and then everything in London happened, which I will go into, which is a bit of a nightmare. But yeah, so what is your biggest insecurity? Now I am so glad somebody asked me this, because I'm all about sharing insecurities, because I think if you can accept your own flaws, then no one else can use them against you. Do you know what I'm saying? So my biggest insecurity is 100%, don't even have to think about it, my teeth. Hate my teeth. Yeah, period. I hate my teeth, okay? This year I'm gonna hopefully, please Lord, get Invisalign or clear retainers, and I really want composite bonding. I think, you know, everyone has their opinions on that, and that is totally fine, but for me, I think if it's going to make you more confident, then go for it. That's where I stand on it. So yeah, my teeth. So Just don't look at them, okay? You're all looking at them now, but it's fine. Are you originally from Guernsey? No, I'm not from Guernsey. I absolutely love it here though. I kind of want my kids to grow up here, so yeah. But no, I'm not from Guernsey. I am from a little town near Stratford-upon-Avon. Everyone from Redditch is going to be like, Meg, why didn't you just say Redditch? But since moving here, I've learnt that literally no one knows where that is, so I just say Stratford-upon-Avon, and they're like, oh yeah, you know, Shakespeare, and I'm like, yeah, that's the one. Okay, let's move on from that as well. What made you move to Guernsey? Okay, so this is where I go into my little London story. So obviously I said, me and Connor, we moved to London after 2 months and we absolutely loved it. We had a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous flat in the middle of Paddington. It was absolutely stunning, literally a dream, and I used to work at Victoria's Secrets in London and I absolutely loved it. So obviously then COVID hit and it's damn expensive. Everyone who's been to London or lived in London, you're gonna know what I mean. It's just so expensive. It was just extortionate. Obviously we were both put on furlough and we did have a 2-year agreement, which we were so like, to this day we'll say, like, we're still so lucky to got out of that, because you know, it could have led to anything really. But yeah, so we left London and then Connor had to move back in with his mum, I had to move back in with mine, and me and Connor literally live about 45 minutes away from each other, so obviously we didn't really see each other much. We saw each other like once or twice a week, which when you go from living with someone every second of the day, like, it's different living together and going to work every day and coming home and seeing each other in an evening, but we were literally together like every second of the day because we was in lockdown together. So yeah, it was very difficult to go from that to, you know, nothing, kind of. It was like going back to a friendship, which was so weird. Connor got offered a really amazing opportunity. They reached out to him over here, and to live on the island you kind of have to have a sponsorship, so we were sponsored to come over. Again, so fortunate. It seemed like everything just kind of happened for a reason, and you know, he kind of got the message at first and ignored it and was like, where even is Guernsey? Like, what is that? Like, I'd never even heard of this place before. I think he replied, and they were in talks for like a couple of months, and you know, it was just to and froing, and then literally Tuesday the 3rd of November there was like, okay, we've booked your flights for tomorrow, you've got to come tomorrow. We literally found out the day before we moved that we were moving the next day. So although it was like, we knew it was coming, it was so fast. Like, I literally had to pack everything and obviously pack for a plane, which I was not ready for. Like, I literally went over my luggage allowance by 21 kg, so that just sums me up right there. So yeah, so then we got here November 4th, had to do a 2-week quarantine where I genuinely thought, how do I get a dead body to St. Peter Port, because I am going to kill this guy sitting in a bed with every single day for 24 hours. So yeah, guys, I'm not really a psychopath. 24 hours a day with him was challenging, but I think it would have been more challenging on my own, so we'll go with that. So yeah, so that's why we moved to Guernsey. It was kind of just an opportunity came up, and if we'd have stayed at home we wouldn't have been able to see each other anyway, so we were kind of like, what have we got to lose, let's just go for it. How come you live in a hotel? As I said, we'd never ever been to Guernsey before, ever, never even heard of it. I think Connor's been here before but I haven't, and I kind of just didn't want to get us in the same situation we got ourselves in London, where, you know, we rushed into things, we signed a 2 years tenancy agreement. I just feel like I didn't want to make the same mistake again, so we said, look, we're doing our quarantine in this hotel, and I rang the hotel. I rang literally every hotel on the island, but let's not talk about that. We said, you know, look, we really want to stay for a long time, and obviously because they're not as busy at the moment because all the cruise ships can't come in and there's no tourism, they said, you know, you're welcome to stay for as long as you need to. So yeah, we've been here since then, which was absolutely fantastic. Like, I love this hotel so much, and it's really strange because we only live in one room, but before lockdown hit us here again, like obviously we did our quarantine, but Guernsey went in lockdown, so it was completely back to normal. There was no face masks, no social distancing, like you could go out to the pub, like it literally was just like old times. Before we went back into lockdown, obviously we weren't even in the room that much, so it didn't matter, and we've got a spa downstairs, so I'd literally go to work, come back, get changed, go to the gym, go to the spa, and then be back up to bed at like 10:30, and then we'd just watch TV and go to bed. So it really wasn't a big deal. I mean, I think the only thing that we've really struggled with is food, like because obviously we've not got a kitchen or anything like that, so I literally have a steamer and a microwave, and that's the only thing I'm really struggling with at the moment. But saying that, we do have like plans to obviously move out of the hotel. We don't plan on staying here forever. But yeah, I do realise how much of a fortunate position we're in. And someone else mentioned, is it fun living in a hotel? Like 100% it is fun. Like I remember like New Year's Eve we had no plans and we were going to come up to the room like and just probably sleep through New Year's, because yeah, what else do you do really these days? But then the director of the hotel saw us and he was like, oh, what are you guys doing tonight? And we was like, oh, we're just gonna go to bed. And he was like, no, come down, like we're having a big New Year's Eve party, like come down, blah blah blah. So yeah, little things like that. Living in the hotel is fun, but it doesn't come without its challenges as well, with obviously like the food and things, which to some people watching this will probably be like, Meg, that's not even a big deal, but for me it is. Like with food, obviously it helps with how you feel about yourself, like my skin, like just everything really. It's just, yeah. So where exactly is the island you live on, and how long have you lived there? The island of Guernsey, we are literally, the best way for me to describe it is I am literally halfway between my house in Stratford, Redditch, Stratford-upon-Avon. We won't go there. I'm halfway between home and Paris, which I can't wait for summer because we can literally get a boat to France in 40 minutes. So that'll be so nice when the borders open back up again. So yeah, that's where it is. It's like literally in the middle. Obviously we've got Jersey, Alderney, Sark. I'm getting better at this. Never knew of any of these before. Yeah, and Herm, we've got all of those around us as well. So yeah, it's really exciting. It's a tiny island. Literally, I think the population's like 60,000, so very small. Everyone knows everyone, and everyone's actually really nice. But I suppose you have to be, because if someone didn't like you, then you have to see them all the time, you know. I literally have never been into the port and not seen somebody that I know, and I've only been here a couple of months, so, well, I say a couple of months, but yeah. Is it really quiet where you live? I can imagine it being all small and cute. It's definitely very small and cute, and it's also very quiet. So to go from obviously living in London, where we were like, even when you're not in a rush in London, you're in a rush, do you know what I mean? Like if a tube's coming in a minute, you're gonna want to get that one rather than the tube that's coming in 3 minutes, you know, and there's only a 2-minute difference. I don't know. London just gave me anxiety whilst I was there. It was just, I just felt like I was always in a rush, even on my days off. Like I'd be rushing to go to Wilkinson's to get my cleaning products, you know? Does that make sense? I don't know. Yeah, so to go from that to come in here, like literally everything is like 5 minutes away. Like no matter where you are on the island, you can put home in the sat nav and you're like 5 minutes away. So that's one thing I really love. Will you live where you live forever? Is it your dream place? I don't think we'll be here forever. I definitely would love to always have a house here, so that we can always come back and visit. I would love to retire here for sure, but yeah, I see myself kind of travelling around. I don't see myself settling here for a massive amount of time. Obviously, whilst the opportunity's here for the next probably say 2-3 years, I'm happy. But yeah, we have a permit for 5 years, so who knows. Everyone says that they come with the idea that they'll only be here a couple of years and then they're here for 20. So you know, who knows. But what I would love is to have a property here so we could always come back and visit. What is it like living there? It's just great. Like I just it's definitely the best decision I've ever made in my entire life. Like, and I've made some wacky decisions in my life, let me tell you. Yeah, I just love everything about it. I love the people, I love my job, I love how relaxed everything is. Like, everyone around here trusts everyone. There's little head shops, like, mind you, head shops, right? Okay, can we talk about these for a minute? Basically, they're like a little shop in a hedge. I know, that's where the name comes from, if you didn't already know. The more I drive or walk around the island, the more I see how many different kind of head shops there are, and people in Guernsey, like, thank you for this, thank you. There's literally brownies, fruit and veg. I've seen one for bath bombs, I've seen one for wax melts. Like, anything you want, just look for a head shop, and I'm all about it. I'm all about a head shop. I just love the little things like that. And you know, you have these head shops and they have like little honesty pots. Obviously no one's manning them. Like in town there's a coffee shop where you go in and you pay £1 and there's no one there manning it, but everyone's just so honest. And yeah, I just don't think you would get that many other places. One thing I will say about Guernsey is it's kind of like behind 10 to 20 years. That's the only way I can kind of describe it, but in the best way possible. Like, some of the islands that are just over from here, so over in Sark, they have no cars. Like, they literally just have horse and cart, which I just think that's so lovely. Like, so lovely to go from. Obviously in London there's like tubes, and literally I used to blow my nose, this is TMI, but I used to blow my nose in London and it would be like black because of all the shit in the air, basically. So if you're a bit squeamish, or don't like TMI, then this is not the place for you. I'm just going to put that out there. So yeah, I just love how calm, peaceful, I feel so at home. Everyone's so friendly, and I work with like 6 ladies that are older than me. They're like in their 50s, 60s, 40s. I hope they don't see this and think that I think they're old, because I don't. But yeah, they're all like my mums over here, and they bring me food into work, and they just go the extra mile, you know. It's really hard to explain, but I think once you come over here, you will definitely, if you come over here, you will definitely appreciate that as well. I live on the Isle of Wight, so I get the island culture, the most awkward moment when everyone knows everyone. Trust me, everyone knows everyone. Like, I'll be talking about someone, I'll be like, oh, you're such and such, and they're like, oh, the one that works at, and I'm like, oh yeah, like, do you know, oh yeah. Like, it's so weird, it's so weird, but it's also great. Like, everyone just knows everyone, and everyone's just friends, you know. So yeah, get that island culture, love that. What's the main thing you miss the most from the mainland? So other than my family and my dogs, I miss Primark, Zara, Home Bargains, B&M. No, those 4, those are my top 4. Really miss them, really. Like, there's not a Home Bargains, there's not a Primark, there's not a Zara, there's not a B&M. Like, there's a B&Q, but it's just not the same. It's not the same, okay? There's not even a Tesco's over here. Literally, we have Waitrose and Marks and Spencer's, and they close at 8 o'clock, the latest. So yeah, it's a petrol shop journey to get those midnight snacks, which we do very frequently. How much do you love your mama? Well, Mum, this was obviously you, so yes, I love you very much, and I miss you very much, and yeah, feel like one of those moments, you know, because I know my mum will probably put this on the telly, so it's like me on TV. Hi Mum, you know. Never mind. Biggest life goals in the next 10 years. So my biggest life goals is, your girl over here just wants to be happy and healthy, straight up, and I know everyone says that, but it's legit. Life is way too short to be doing anything that doesn't make you happy. As I said, I would love to be able to have a property over here, so we can always come back. I'd love to be able to scale the business to where I want it to be. I have a lot of ideas and things that I want to share with that. I just think, for me, I just feel like I need to always be productive and achieve things. Like, it is a massive thing for me to feel like I've achieved something in my life and that I've made a difference. So as long as I can achieve that and I can be happy and healthy, I'm all good. Oh, if you love these pyjamas, me too, but yeah, they're everywhere. So where do you get your inspo and motivation for your content? I'm really struggling, so I'ma just keep it real with you. I feel like I've been on a journey with my social media. Like, I never started social media to, I don't know, monetize it, because I didn't know that you could. Yeah, it was never really on my agenda. Same with this, really. I just started to kind of document like my life through picture. How do I stay motivated? I would just say you've just got to make sure that you're enjoying what you do and you're enjoying what you post. Like, there'll be weeks where I post once and there'll be weeks where I post every day, like, and it is about being consistent. It is a lot of work. It is, like, people think that, you know, it's just taking a picture or whatever, but you don't see like everything that goes in behind it, especially when you're doing a collaboration as well, which I'm very fortunate obviously that I'm able to do, and I'm not complaining in any way, but I'm just saying that, you know, you get sent over like a whole list of things that your photo has to be, and you know, it's not just a case of taking a snap here, and you know, it's got to be edited, it's got to be sent for approval a lot of the time. Like, yeah, it's a long process, but what I would say is to stay motivated is you've got to just enjoy it. Like, you can't think of it as a chore. You've just got to enjoy taking content, enjoy making the content that you make, and yeah, and I hope that makes sense. Yeah, that's it really. Just enjoy what you do, be consistent with it, you know. I mean, I'm no expert out here, and I'm not trying to say that I am or anything, but here we are. So yeah, that is all the questions that I'm going to answer for today. I feel really relaxed actually. Like, I thought I was going to feel a lot more anxious than I have done, so it's so strange because I literally feel like I'm talking to a bunch of my mates, and that's really lovely. And I just want to thank you all for encouraging me to do this, and I really hope that I've given you a little bit of an insight into me and life on the island. And yeah, I'm hoping that I can get a vlog up. I'm no pro at this. I'm not a pro at vlogging, but I am going to give it a go because I know it's what you guys want to see, and I think it would be nice, as I say, for me to look back on. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it and found this, I don't know, a little bit interesting. I don't know, who knows. Hopefully see you in my vlog, which is very exciting.